I think we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream about creating Canva apps. Today, we are going to dive right into that topic and see how we can get the most out of Canva code. I know that a lot of you guys are interested in that topic, in that conversation. So welcome, settle in. I have prepared a presentation for you guys. And we'll have a lot of fun today. We'll be creating different things. So use the chat by all means. I have an eye on it. It's right here. So when I turn my head this way, it's not that I don't love you anymore. It's just that I need to look at my second screen right here with the chat. So I see we are already, how many? 27 people in the stream. So I'm just going to wait for a minute or so that everyone has time to join. It's 5 p.m. right here in Barcelona. But I'm curious, like, tell me, where are you tuning in from? Let me know in the chat, like, where you are tuning in from. I'm really curious to see where everyone is from. All right, so a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. We are 42 people. Amazing. So this is working. Thank you for joining us. We are going to talk about Canva code in just a few seconds now. Just let us know where you are tuning in from. Germany, Penny, hi. South Carolina, perfect. Pakistan, for Fatima. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy that you guys responded present. I am here, Ronny. I'm here to learn with you because this is really New York. Dolores, nice to meet you and welcome to the stream. So today's topic is creating apps and games. We'll create one of each with Canva AI. Okay. So if everybody is comfortable, we will get started. Virginia, Nigeria, Cornwall. That's really cool. Hello, Ronny, from beautiful and snowy Okanagan Valley of British Columbia, Canada. Well, I imagine it must be cold already in Canada. So I was saying a few housekeeping announcements. The chat is here for you to use, guys. Estonia, hello. Karina, welcome. The chat is here for you to use. By all means, like, leave me your questions in the chat. I am by myself. Diana is just wrapping up her own live stream about the same topic in Spanish on her Spanish channel. So she has been busy with that. So as soon as she finishes, she'll probably go and have a walk outside because we've been pretty busy today. But she is not monitoring the chat. So I'm by myself today. But if you have questions, pop them in the chat. Maybe use some emojis so it catches my attention and I can get to these questions later. We will have a dedicated question and answer session, the Q&A session at the end of the stream. So I will make sure, and this is going to last approximately 1 hour. Okay, so settle in, grab a cup of coffee or your favorite drink and just enjoy the ride. I will be following my presentation, doing some live demos. We'll be building apps together. There is a workshop, not a workshop, there is a workbook that you can download as well. Oh, I'm getting ahead of the presentation here. But there is a workbook that you can download with all of the slides, all of the tips I'm going to be giving you today to write better prompts for Canva code. It's in the description of this live on YouTube. Okay, I will also show you a QR code that you can scan to access this workbook. Don't skip the workbook. I think it's full of valuable resources. And yes, you will see when I start building these apps, there's a workflow that I will explain that will be made much easier if you do have the slides. So yeah, okay, let's jump into it. But before we do so, I want to give you a taste of what we are building today. We are going to be building one app, the Ronny linkhub. So this is an app that is useful for me. And then we will build a game that I call the Canva Keyboard Champion. Canva Keyboard Shortcut Champion, whatever. It's not a good title, I know. But what it does is that it's a simple game that teaches us how to use the Canva keyboard shortcuts. Okay. Let me just show you instead of telling you. I'm going to click on this thing and show you. It's going to bring me straight to Canva code right here. And you see it's already version 10 of this application. So we will learn one important thing today. is that Canva code is not a straight line. Okay, when you build an app, it's not going to be like you put one prompt, you get an app. If that's what you think of it, change your perspective. It's going to be you prompt and then you iterate, and then you prompt again and then you iterate. And sometimes you are caught in that loop of like, what am I doing? It's not working. But if you push through, if you use the right tools, if you use the right workflows, you should get to the app you have imagined, just like me with this app right here. So what is this? It's a simple app that will copy any of these buttons that are all associated with a link. It will copy that to my clipboard. So it's a simple copy to clipboard app for me to have access to all of my links, all of my referral for my courses, for my affiliate links, everything, because I spend a lot of time answering people's comments here on YouTube, on Udemy, on Skillshare. I communicate a lot via email to my students, my community, and I often need these links. For example, this link to our YouTube channel, if I click here, you see it's copied to my clipboard. So it's very useful for me to have this app on my phone right here. So I can just get the link and copy it in a message that I'm writing. Okay, so that's the first app we are going to build today. And I'm going to be recreating this app from scratch. Okay, not using this one. I will try to recreate it. And the second one is this game right here. I told you about the Canva keyboard shortcut. Let me show you what it looks like. So it's a simple game like this one to learn how to use the Canva keyboard shortcut. Okay, so for example, add text. Does anybody know what is the shortcut to add text in Canva? I will pop in the chat and see if anyone knows the answer. How do you add text? What's the keyboard shortcut to add text in Canva, in a Canva document? I'll give you 3 seconds. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the chat. Oh, I see Diana is here. Yes, this video will stay on the channel. Okay, so Diana is monitoring the chat, so that's good to know. All right, so if I don't see any answer for how to add text, well, the answer, yes, Marvina, you are correct. So T, you see I inputted T right here in the input box, and I have a correct answer. So I can go to the next card. I have one correct, one in progress. Then the next, show guide, etc., etc. So we'll see how we can code a similar app in Canva as well. All right, so that's what's on the menu for you guys today. I'm gonna get back into full view right here. Yes, you're all correct, like T, T, T. I see a lot of T's in the chat. There's a slight delay, so that's why I'm seeing this only after. All right, let's get started, guys. Who am I? My name is Ronny Hermosa, for those of you who don't know me. The lady you see on this photo is my beautiful wife, Diana Munoz. We together are Team Rondy. You see our logo right here. Team Rondy stands for Ronny and Diana. So Ronny and Diana are both names. And yeah, that's how we named our business. We are both Canva verified experts, meaning we are among the very few Canva top ambassadors in the world. I think there are 45 or 50 Canva verified experts worldwide. So right here in this same apartment, we have 2 under one roof, which I think is quite unique. There are not many Canva expert couples in the world. So yeah, and we've been at this since a very long time. I believe the first time I used Canva was in 2015. So quite a long time ago. We have a YouTube channel. Obviously, you know about that because you are right here watching us from that channel. So thank you for that. And yeah, we actually have a second YouTube channel. It's called AI with Rondy, where we explore AI and the AI tools on top of Canva. Canva is on this channel. The other AI tools mostly on the AI with Rondy channel. It's linked to our main channel, so you can find it easily. All right. I also am a teacher together with Diana. We teach online. We have several courses on Udemy, on Skillshare. I am a top teacher on Skillshare, and on Udemy, we have a very popular course, a Canva course. It's called the Canva Master Course, where I believe it's the best course about Canva out there on the internet, but I might be biased. That's always what I say. but objectively, it's a very good course. It takes you from absolute beginner to like someone who masters Canva. It's pretty long. It's 30 plus hours, but we cover every single aspect of Canva. And we make sure after following this course, you're confident and fluent in Canva. You can speak fluent Canva. And you can start using it for your business or for your career to achieve your goals. All right, so you can find this on Udemy. I'm not gonna promote any longer here, but yeah, do give us a follow if you are into this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed, and let's keep moving with the presentation. What you see here are a few photos of a recent trip. Actually, different trips, but this one right here is a photo of Diana and I at the Canva World Tour event that took place in Sydney on the 30th of October. So not so long ago, like about a month ago. We were invited by Canva to attend this entire week with the other Canva experts. We had the chance to have conversations with the top people at Canva. The person you see here is Cliff Obrecht, who is the COO of Canva, one of the co-founders, Melanie Perkins' husband, and they together started Canva in 2013. So Cliff and us know each other, like we regularly, not regularly, but when we go to events where he's there as well, we get a hug, we chat a little bit. And yeah, it's just so cool to have direct access to such amazing people like Cliff and Mel and Cameron when we go to the Canva offices. And that's really what this entire week of Canva expert event, they call it the Canva Expert Summit, was all about. To create like deep bonds with the Canva team and really give feedback on the product and really help them build the best product for the community. So that's what you see here. This is a photo of me in a local event here in Spain, in Malaga, Community Labs in Malaga. So that's pretty cool. And also we work together with Udemy. We've been invited to San Francisco last September to go visit the Udemy headquarters. So we are trying to also like work closely with them because we believe it's a really cool platform for teaching and for spreading our courses. So enough about us. I was telling you about the workbook. So I have a link to this workbook. It's right here. Look at this, how organized I am. And I'm going to paste this in the chat for all of you who want to grab it. Okay, there you go. I've pasted it in the chat. So you can now access this workbook easily. As I told you, there will be some tips in there, some prompts, and a workflow that is going to be very useful in a second. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's get serious now, like 15 minutes of 12 minutes of introduction. I think that's good enough. What's on the menu for today? We're going to briefly talk about what is Canva AI, why it's important, why it's a shift in the way Canva works. And then we'll dig more deeper into Canva Code, which is the specific tool that will allow us to create these apps. And then I will show you a few different ways for you to create better prompt for Canva Code, because the quality of your prompt is going to be reflected in the quality of the app you are building, or at least your sanity while building it, because it's not always a straight line, like I said already. Then we are going to do 2 live demos to create the app and the game I just showed you, and we'll wrap up with a question and answer session. All right, let's get started. What is Canva AI? Well, Canva AI is really an effort by Canva to bring you an all-in-one solution for your creative endeavors, okay? So Canva wanted to create an AI partner that would be your creative partner, okay? And one of the things Canva do best is to bring everything under one roof. Okay, they started with design, then they went into video, then design, presentation, video, and then they added more stuff like whiteboards, websites. Now they have added recently emails, forms that you can create with Canva, and now Canva Code, so vibe coding. So Canva AI is this hub that has been kind of repackaged. Before, you could see different Canva AI features here and there in the product, but now they have centralized everything into one creative operating system. They called it at the keynote event in Sydney, the creative operating system. Remember this term, because this is really a concept that Canva is pushing. And they brought it all into this one hub. So you can access Canva AI from the homepage by either clicking on that button right here on the side panel, or the Canva AI button right here. This should bring you to the Canva AI hub, where you will see these buttons. So these are the buttons I screenshotted right here. So the first one allows you to design anything based on a prompt. So the way it works is that you will always prompt, and then something will happen with AI. Okay. So design will allow you to create a custom document for yourself. For example, you will type in that box, I need a LinkedIn carousel for promoting my AI workshop. Okay. And so when you launch that prompt, Canva is going to put together a LinkedIn carousel template and start populating the pages inside that template with some content relevant to whatever you mentioned in that prompt. Okay, so that's the first button. That's the design button right here. It will allow you to create customized Canva documents or templates. The second button, the image button, actually, let me show you what it does when I go there. So right here, let me collapse that. So design, image. The image button right here is the image generation in Canva. So it works similarly. You put a prompt here, you play around with the settings, and then you can generate images with AI. So same thing you could do in Leonardo, in ChatGPT, in Nano Banana. So all of these models now become multimodal, meaning you can generate images as well. So that's images, and that's pretty cool. I mean, I could do an entire workshop on image generation with Canva. This is not today's topic, but know that you can do a bunch of different things from here. I'm not like that. This is me. Like, I want to go all over the place, but I need to be focused. So I'm not going to go into details. Let me know if you'd like maybe a future workshop about image generation in Canva. But again, like, this is not for today. So that's image. Doc is quite similar. Doc is just Canva's AI writing assistant. Okay, so it allows you to write different things to generate text, just like ChatGPT. So here we have different templates. Okay, so write a document for remote work guidelines, or write a tactical document for marketing campaign. So these are templates. They are important. If you click on one, it will trigger the Canva conversation right here. Prepare a tactical document for a marketing campaign, and you see Canva is on it. It's mapping different things. It's gonna do its thing right here, but it's gonna give you a document with a bunch of like text that has been generated. Okay, so that is the text or the writing assistant, aka Canva Magic Write. This is what's powering this feature right here. Coming back, so the way you come back, also, maybe you don't know that, but the way you come back, you see I'm here, image, and how do I come back to the Canva AI thing? If I click Canva AI, well, if you do click the button and come back, it will reset it. But the other way to do so is to simply X this button out, okay? If you exit out, you come back to the, I would say, the hub, the home page of Canva AI. So we've seen design, image, doc, code is what we are going to dive deeper today. What we are going to dive in deeper today. But the last button right here, the video clip, is also a very cool project right here. Let me show you a few of the projects I have with video. Did I create any video from this account? I don't think I did create them from this specific account, but I did play around with the video clip generation a lot. About a few months ago when they released it. It's powered by VO3 from Google, and it allows you to create very cool video clips with AI. Okay, so I expect some novelty here in the following month because Canva loves to just keep up with whatever new model is there and then bring it to you. So we might see some cool new development right here. Maybe VO 3.1 is going to be brought here. I'm not sure, but that's the video clip generation. All right, let's get back to my presentation here and let's keep moving, guys. It's 20 past. All right, this brings us to Canva code. Let me have a quick glance right here at the chat. Can you create videos from picture that you upload? I think we can. At least we can upload an image reference, so probably the first frame of a video. But I believe Canva will soon have some new developments in that specific field, like creating videos from images. But as of today, I think we can upload a reference to the create a video clip to have like some sort of a visual reference to what we are trying to create. But I'm not sure that as of today, like this date, we cannot directly create a video from an image, but I have something telling me it's coming. All right, Canva code. Keep giving me your questions. Like Sandra, you're welcome. Keep sending your questions in the chat. If I catch them, I will answer them on the fly. But it's difficult to manage 3 different screens and say something that makes sense at the same time. All right, Canva code. Today's topic. What is it? Well, it's simply Canva's last frontier, I would say, in terms of bringing you like the AI suite of tools right there inside Canva. We already had like generating images. We already had a bunch of AI powered features. We already had generating videos. We were missing vibe coding. We were missing like generating these applications, games, interactive experiences, and that's exactly what Canva code is bringing. Okay. So one important thing we need to know is that it's available to all Canva users. So that's great. They could have made it like pro only or Canva paid only, but that's not what they chose to do. So this is really to be appreciated because this is a very powerful tool. The way they decided to go about this is that they would give more usage to paid users versus the free users. What does it mean concretely? That a Canva free user will have 20 messages per day that they can send to Canva code, while a paid user will have 60 messages, so 3 times more usage of that tool. I'm talking about messages per day, and a message is not a project that you start, it's just a prompt that you send to Canva code. So if you create, like, let's say you start creating an app and you ask Canva code, create me an app about, I don't know, like a clipboard tool where I can just put all of my links and tap the button and it copies the link to my clipboard, what I did and what we will do in a minute. So that's one prompt. And then it gives you something and then it's not so great. And then you follow up. So that's the second prompt, etc., etc. So your 20 messages per day are counted like this. So just know that if you're a free user. If you have a paid account, you'll have more usage. But yeah, if you're a free user, just know that these 20 messages could run out quite quickly if you are developing one app and you don't really know what you're doing or how to best structure your prompts. Which leads me, what a great transition, which leads me to my tips for better prompts so that you save your messages, you save the usage that you have, and you don't burn your credits with like stuff that doesn't lead you anywhere. Which AI model is at the back of Canva code? I am not completely sure. There's not much information about this. What I know and what we asked Canva when we were in Sydney is that they are building their proprietary models. Okay, so they are building, they are testing constantly the best models out there on the market, and they are starting to build their own model as well, which is what they call the creative OS operating system. All right, for Canva education, how many messages? I am not sure, but I believe that it should be 60 for teachers because the Canva education is more similar to the Canva Teams plan than the Canva free plan. All right, let's keep moving, guys. Let me get a sip of water and get into the tips. So one thing I want to show you to start with, Okay. Let me get into Canva. If you get into the code area of Canva AI, okay, by clicking on code, and you scroll down a bit, what you'll see here are a few prompt templates. Okay, when you click on one, it loads right here. This doesn't cost you anything. It used to launch the prompt, which was very annoying because I would waste a credit. Now, not anymore. It just loads it right here. But these are just templates, okay? So I've done one very simple thing because I wanted to know, okay, those templates, those 10 templates right here, uh, they've been written and they've been used here as examples by Canva for a good reason, because they are probably good prompts. So what I did is that I copied all of them one by one. I copied all of these prompts, and then I came to my good old friend here, ChatGPT. Okay. And what I've done, I have pasted all of these prompts. You see, one, two, three. So all of these are the prompts that come in these templates. And I've asked it a very simple question. Do you see a pattern in these prompts? Like, do you see, like, help me reverse engineer these prompts so I understand what is the anatomy of a great Canva code prompt, right? So I did that. And that was really eye-opening because ChatGPT is starting spitting out a few patterns. Okay, pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so great. Then I ask it then, okay, then could you turn these patterns into a bunch of tips? And yeah, it did so. So it gave me 5 tips. Okay, tip number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's exactly what we are going to review right here. So first, the patterns. Okay, so we identified 4 clear patterns by reading all of these prompts. Number 1 is that it always starts by describing what the app does, its function, and also gives me a little bit of how it feels, the vibe, okay? So always combine what it does with how it should feel. That should be your first sentence. For example, like one of the prompts is about building a price calculator. So the first line is build a modern price calculator with bold typeface and no fake buttons. So start with what it does, its function, and how it feels. Second pattern, you are going to include an example. Almost all of these prompts included an example. Every prompt starts with a small working example that acts kind of like a prototype that Canva code or Canva AI can understand. Oh, okay, that's what you're building. You give it an example. So we call that in LLM language multiple shot learning or shot learning, because you give it a first shot, like you show it a way to do what you're trying to do. You give it an example, okay? Next pattern is that almost always, like, you actually build in your prompt that you want the model to ask you follow-up questions, okay? All the prompts mention follow-up questions, and it's usually labeled in this kind of way, like, as a follow-up, ask me about blah, blah, blah. Ask me about things like names, items, colors, difficulty level, features. The templates, they never pretend to know everything. They prefer to ask the user some questions to refine the prompts from the beginning, even before iterating the first version of the app or the game you are trying to build. So this is something to remember, like have the model ask you some questions. And then 4, tell the model what to avoid. Okay, so explicitly list what not to generate. So for example, what the things I've seen in these templated prompts, no non-functional buttons, no images, no clutter. Okay. And then pattern number 5, which is more like a general piece of advice, prompt as if you were building a recipe. Okay, build your prompts with like list of ingredients, features, stuff you'd love to see there, interactions you would love it to perform when you click on things, or build it as a recipe. Okay, the ingredients and then how you combine them. All right, so now that we know that, let's start with the tips. I told you after asking ChatGPT to identify the patterns in my 10 prompts, then formulate 5 tips or formulate tips. He chose to give me 5 tips. Give me tips on how I should prompt to get the best results. All right, so first tip is to start with a tiny prototype. Okay, so you don't spend like your first prompt giving details over details over details and a long list of features of what it should do. This is just going to confuse the model. Start small with like the first step, like show it the mechanism and then scale that. Okay, so an example here, like give it one example, one scenario, one interaction, and this becomes the backbone of your app. So one example I highlighted here, start with an example birthday card for Emma featuring confetti animations, a soft blue to pink gradient background, and interactive elements that trigger when clicked. Okay, so you see that in that template, it's specifically mentioned like start with this basic feature and then we can iterate. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, describe the interactions, not just the idea. Okay, so here we want to, the interaction meaning what happens when the user does that? What happens when this happens? Like, you know, the behavior of the app. So we're talking about drag and drop, flip animations, a scoring system, a timer, or some stuff that expands, or some matching happening, some animation going on. Be concrete. Try to describe the interactions you want the user to have with your app. Okay, some example that I found in the templates, clean flip animations. This is for the flashcard game. So when you click on that card, it has a clean flip animation and it has a progress tracking. Okay, so these are a feature and an interaction. All right, tip number 3. Break your idea into ingredients. Okay, so it's important that you list your variables, your features separately. It helps Canva organize the logic. Again, here I have an example. So featuring 6 geometry terms with colorful designs, hint system, celebratory animations for correct matches. So you see like a few different behaviors have been listed here. Tip number 4, tell it what to avoid. We already mentioned that, so no non-functional buttons. Just tell it if there's something you don't want in your app, just tell it so there's no guesswork. And then tip number 5, edit with a set of follow-up questions. Okay, so end the prompt with a set of follow-up questions. This is probably the most important part of the prompt because it helps the model clarify all the things you haven't answered instead of guessing. And then the more guessing from the model, the further away your first version of the app will be from what you have imagined. Okay, so this is really where you get custom polished apps when you get the model to ask you a bunch of questions before it generates the first version. All right, and the syntax is always almost the same. Like as a follow-up, ask me about subject area, specific terms and definitions to include, difficulty level, visual theme preferences, hint, feedback, style. So you see that this gives you almost like the blueprint, right? So here are basically like a summary of these 5 tips. I call them the 5 building blocks of a strong Canva code prompt. Okay, remember this slide. You can screenshot it. It is in the downloadable workbook. So if you haven't yet gotten that workbook, like you can go back up on this chat, find the workbook. There will be another chance to get it at the end of the session. It's also in the description of the live right here on YouTube, so you can find it easily. Why is it important to have access to this? But also all of the previous tips, like all the previous slides I showed you, because it will help you, if you use ChatGPT, it will help you do something I'm going to demonstrate right now. Okay. All right, let's move on to part number 4. We still have, I would say 15 good minutes, 15, 20 good minutes before we get into the Q&A section. So I would like to build at least one of the apps together, okay? All right, because I want you to see my process, to see the entire workflow. Okay, so what we're going to build or rebuild, because this is already built, is this copy to clipboard app right here. Okay, so this is how I started. Okay, I started with this prompt that I actually gave Canva code with my microphone right here. So instead of talking, I'm just going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to delete this template prompt here. And I'm going to use this little microphone voice icon right here. And I'm going to, once I push it, I'm going to simply explain the idea of my app, trying to remember as much as I can of these 5 tips, these 5 building blocks, okay? So I need to tell it what it is and how it feels. I need to give it a small example. I need to list all of the features as kind of like an ingredient. And I need to ask it to avoid certain things and also ask the model to ask me some follow-up questions. Okay, so let's do that. And you will see it's okay if you do not nail that first prompt, because we have ChatGPT that has got our back. All right, let's go. I'm trying to build a simple copy to clipboard app that will help me copy with the tap or the click of a button a URL associated with that button. This is going to be very useful for me because I often need to have quick access to different links. And instead of opening my Note app, I would love to have everything on this app. I'm going to give you an example. Let's imagine you create a button that says Canva Master Course. And then when the user taps or clicks on that button, it will copy the URL of the Canva Master Course, which is a course that I have on Udemy, to the user's clipboard so that the user can then go and paste that link anywhere he or she wants. Now, ask me a bunch of follow-up questions to figure out the full app. And I want this app to look futuristic with a dark mode and some purple to pink gradient accents. All right, so I feel like I did a decent job at explaining this prompt. So I just stopped the recording here. I am not going to launch this prompt yet because this is kind of like the crucial step that most people don't do. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. I'm going to copy all of this, Command C, and I'm going to come back to ChatGPT. I'm going to go all the way back to the end of this conversation right here. And this is where you will need that workbook that I prepared for you with all the slides, all the tips, all the 5 building blocks. What you are going to do is to screenshot these slides, paste them right here in ChatGPT, and then do the following prompt. Apply the 5 building blocks to this prompt and improve it. So this Canva prompt, Canva code prompt. Okay, apply the 5 building blocks to this Canva code prompt and improve it. Okay, so I'm going to give it the prompt. There you go. I'm going to run this. So what's going to happen now is that ChatGPT is going to go fetch that information and rewrite my Canva code prompt with a better structure. Okay, so I'm going to start reading. Create a simple copy to clipboard tool that gives me fast access to my most used URLs. The app should let user tap or click a button to instantly copy the associated link to their clipboard. That is correct. I want the interface to feel futuristic with dark mode, styling, and purple to pink gradient accents. Yes. Example prototype. Start with one sample button. Label Canva Master Course, URL, the Udemy link to the course. Display the button using the chosen dark mode look. When the user clicks or taps it, it copies the URL directly to the clipboard and show a small confirmation like copied or link copied. Okay. Interaction rules. Each button corresponds to a URL stored in the app's data. Clicking or tapping the button copies that exact URL. Show a subtle confirmation feedback. Support both desktop click and mobile tap. Yes, important. Allow multiple buttons arranged cleanly in a list or grid. Keep spacing generous so buttons are easy to hit. Yeah, constraint, no. Okay, so everything it doesn't want. And then follow-up questions. Ask me which button labels I need, the URLs, obviously, associated with each button, whether I want categories or sections, whether I prefer a grid layout, vertical list, how strong or subtle the gradient accent. Okay, so I'm gonna copy all of this. This is really good. I'm gonna copy all of this all the way to here, come back to my prompt, which I didn't launch, paste this one, which is much better. And the only thing I need here is to change this for my actual URL from the course, okay? I think I'm organized. Yes, see, I put all of that information right here. So let me just quickly copy the link to the Canva master course, which is right here. Okay, can come back here. I'm gonna swap that here. You see, I put my link. I'm gonna run this prompt, or there's one thing I wanted to change when it says copied in the interaction. Oh yeah, linked copy, link copied. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna run this prompt and Canva should start giving me a first version, which is already going to be pretty close to what I imagined, because this prompt was super well structured. It's very close to the templates that they gave us as examples. So this should already give me something good. All right, so what I have here is the questions, the follow-up questions. Before I build it, I have a few questions to make it perfect for you. Button labels and URL. Should I start with just Canva Master Course example, or do you have 2 or 3 more links? Okay, so let's give it the full links right here. And I think I have that copied somewhere. Yes, I have everything here in this Canva sheet. So I'm going to copy all of that. So this has the label of the button, the URL, and the category, okay? So I'm gonna answer first question, use these links and categories. I'm holding the shift key when I hit enter, so it doesn't run the prompt. Okay, layout preference, so that's number 2. Would you prefer vertical list? Yes, vertical list. Shift button, 2 enters, or I could have only 1. Gradient intensity, should the gradient accent be bold? Yes, bold. Gradient accents, hold a click, and that's it pretty much. So I can run that. So with this information, I believe Canva has enough material to build my app. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick look at the chat to see what you guys are saying over here. I think you are fascinated by what I'm showing you. We're still 72 people watching, guys, so thank you for being here with us today. I hope you're learning something new. If you are, let me know in the chat. By all means, I always am thriving for your feedback. So if you have feedback, by all means, let me know. If the flow is right, if you are learning new stuff, if I'm not going too fast, this would be interesting. All right, so some things are moving here. I do have a first version. Oh, look at this. This looks gorgeous. It's the 3rd time I actually create this app because I've obviously prepared for this workshop. And this is by far the cleanest and most beautiful version of all. So yeah, you guys are lucky. Great information, says Ralph. Thank you, Ralph. I'm glad that you appreciate it. All right, so I have my courses, I have my YouTube links, I have my Canva links, Skillshare, affiliates. Now the big question is it working, right? So I'm gonna click on one to see what's going on. I'm gonna click on, let's say the AI with Ronny YouTube channel. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, I don't see the confirmation message, but I mean, let's try. I'm gonna open a new link here, paste, and yeah. So you see it didn't copy to my clipboard because what I see here is the latest thing I had in my clipboard, which is the entire list of links, which is this right here. So I can say immediately from 2 hints. The first one is that it doesn't say link copied to clipboard. And the second one is that when I paste it, It's not pasting that specific link, it's pasting the entire thing. So I'm just going to give it some feedback, and I can use my voice. It doesn't seem to be working when I click or tap on a button. It doesn't copy the URL to the clipboard. So, and it also didn't give me the confirmation message that the link was copied to clipboard. Can you make sure that the data I sent earlier with the labels, the URLs, and the categories are actually working, that each button uses that specific URL? Okay, let's try that and hope that this will be working. Every time I tried this app, it worked. The very first time I tried it, it worked the first time. So the buttons were working. And then the second time I tried to code this same app, I had the same problem. So it fixed it after 2 iterations. So let's see now. Okay, I'll fix the clipboard functionality right away. Let me ensure each button properly copies its exact URL and shows the confirmation. I have fixed the clipboard functionality. The issue was that the clipboard API needs proper error handling. Okay, don't mind what it is, just make it work. Okay, so let's try again. Same thing, I'm gonna use, okay, link copied. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. Let's go here. I'm gonna clear that one, paste. Oh, I see that my URL was correctly copied. And when I click it, it drives me to the AI with Ronny YouTube channel. So this worked. Let's try another one. Let's try, I don't know, Diana's creator profile. I'm gonna copy that, come here, paste that right here, and it works. So this is good. The app is working. It only took me 2 iterations, so that was fast. Now, I want to show you, let's come back to the presentation. I think I moved a few slides already. So that was my base prompt, which I took. I ran through ChatGPT. I asked it to apply the 5 building blocks. It gave me this much better prompt, more structured, with my 5 building blocks right here. Again, all of this is detailed in the workbook. If I'm going rapidly through this, is because I would like to have enough time for the Q&A and also show you the second app. This is where I wanted to land. Okay, so once you are here and you have an app that works, okay, version 2, it works, you can do a few things. I'm going to use this in a design. Okay, you can use this in a website, presentation, doc, or whiteboard. I'm going to use this in a website because from here, you can now start customizing this app. You can customize the text and you can customize the look. Okay, so you need to double tap to interact. Okay, so I click here and I see this edit button. So now I can change the name of the app. You see the first quick links right here. I could call this Ronny Link Hub. Okay, and I could even give this an emoji, Ronny Link Hub. I could have this little guy right here. Well, it's not showing very well because of the color of the font, but Ronny Link Hub, tap to copy URL instantly. Yeah, this is good. I don't need to change that any further. And that's what you can customize for now. Okay, I can customize the text. In some instances, you can also customize the colors. But when you have gradients in your design, like right now, the background is not completely black, it's a subtle gradient. It doesn't allow you to change the colors. So if you want to be able to edit the colors straight from Canva, from the editor, you need to ask Canva code to generate the colors in plain colors, like plain pink or plain background. But here, because I asked for gradients, it doesn't give me the possibility. So that's just something you need to know, okay? Now, back to, so from here, I can do 1 or 2 things. I can publish this as a website. So if I publish it as a website, you can do the usual, give it a specific URL. You can give it a favicon, give it whatever, like a password protected. But me, I'm good. I'm just going to publish this. I want to show you the final product of this. I'm going to take my phone here as well and show you that it works on a phone. It will give you a website, a URL. I'm going to copy this one and show you how it works as a website right here on desktop. This is how it looks. Looks super clean. I'm very happy about this. I like the highlights and it works. And what I'm going to do is to quickly also paste that on my phone and show you that it also works and fits on my phone. So this is how it looks right here. You can see the app is right here and it works the same way. If I click here, I see linked, copied to my clipboard. So this is a success. We were able to vibe code this cool little project right here in Canva in just 2 prompts. So my opinion, this was not a waste of time. Obviously, this is something very useful for me because it's a specific use case that I feel I need in my workflow. So, and these will be the best apps for you. So the question really to ask yourself is, okay, looking at my workflow, my daily workflow, my daily work, where are the pains? Like, what are some things that I do again and again every single day, and it takes me each time I do it like a few minutes or like maybe a few hours if you accumulate them. What are these tasks that I could maybe automate or do differently? So that's exactly how I came up with the idea of this app. Examples of other apps we have built together with Diana. She has built like a time tracker to see how much time, or task tracker, how much time she spends per day doing emails or doing Slack or doing whatever. And she tracks her time between the different activities that she does. And then at the end of the day, she has a pie chart with percentages of how much time she used doing all of the tasks that she did on that day. That helps her uh, pinpoint where she has been maybe less productive or where she has spent maybe too much time compared to how much this activity brought back in terms of money made or whatever. So yeah, I have built an interactive map of the city where we live, Barcelona, with some tours for when people come and visit us. They can go on a dessert tour and visit the favorite dessert places that Diana and I love when they come without us, because they will have an itinerary on their Canva app and they can just follow that. It will tell them how many stops, how long it would take if they go visit 5 out of these 10 best dessert places we have selected for them. That's a really cool app. You can build a landing page with this. It will work. Just let Canva know what it needs. All right, how much time do we have? We have about 10 minutes. So I think I'm gonna leave it here and open the Q&A sections. If there are no questions, then what I will do is to simply show you the other app, the keyboard, well, yes, the Canva keyboard shortcut. But yeah, let me have a look at the chat, take a sip of water, and see if there are any questions. Now is the time for your questions. If I don't see any questions, I'll just show you this app. I will not recreate it from scratch, but I will show you the different iterations, the different versions, because this one was a bit more complicated to build. All right, do we have any questions in the chat? Okay, I see that Diana is active in that chat and she's already answering. Can the app be exported? Yeah, you can publish it. Correct. Thank you both for sharing amazing content and tips. I love your videos. Oh, thank you. This is really sweet. As you can see, we enjoy creating this content for you guys. So it's not that, oh, we have to do this. No, this is really fun to be here and sharing the knowledge. So you are most welcome. Excellent. I would love to see more apps examples. Yes, Fatima. So the way I would start, Fatima, if I was you, I would simply try these prompts, these 10 Canva template prompts, try them, run them, and see how it goes, because it's really a way of iterating. But I'm going to show you this app right here. Where is the landing page hosted by Canva? So it's on Canva server. It's always going to be my Canva site / and then the name of your app. So here is like Team Rondy, my Canva site, for example, this one. And then it will show you it will show you like the app hosted on there. As a free Canva user, I think you can host 5 Canva websites. As a pro or paid user, you can have, I'm not sure, 100 or more websites. So I've never reached the limit actually, and I have created a fair share of Canva websites. So I'm not sure about the limit, but it's going to be hosted on a Canva website on the Canva domain. In the show code mode, is the code in GS or any other language? Just trying to see a way to get the code out. It's very easy to get the code out. Uh, you can just show code and then copy the code. There you go. It's copied to my clipboard. The only thing is that I don't know what to do with this code. Like, honestly, I don't know what it is or where to paste it to actually do this on my own without Canva helping me. So if you do know, let me know. But to grab it, it's just like this simple toggle, show me the code, and then you copy it, and then it's all yours. This is something that they added after rolling out this feature because so many people were asking, hey, you're not giving us the code, we need the code. So that's why they added this feature. But me, honestly, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Okay, what type of apps can we build? So yes, again, I think the best apps you could build is to think about painful bottlenecks or painful repetitive tasks in your workflow and see if you could build a tool like I did with this simple clipboard tool to alleviate this pain. That is, in my opinion, the best apps you could build with this. But you can build like all sorts of like little calculator, price calculator. You can build interactive maps. You can build games. Let me show you like flashcard games, memory games, all this kind of stuff. I've seen someone doing a Tetris with a Canva app. So yeah, it's really up to you what you want to build. But I want to show you. Let me get back to my, yeah, something I didn't explain is the following. If I come back to Canva AI and click on code right here, you should see your recent chat right here, okay? You can click here to see all, or you can click the hamburger menu right here to see all of your latest conversations. It's kind of like ChatGPT, you have your recent chats right here. So these are my code chats. If I exit this and get into, I don't know, like the video clips, and you click here, you'll have different things. It's not the same chat. You see, it's not the same thing. Again, if I come to code, I want to show you the Canva keyboard shortcut. So this one has 12 versions. We started with a very basic prompt. I actually coded this one before running through ChatGPT and all of that stuff. Okay, so this is the base prompt. Create an interactive flashcard game for learning about the Canva keyboard shortcuts. And again, you'll find this prompt in the workbook I have prepared for you. It's linked to the live description, so go get it there. And I will have a QR code at the end as well in 5 minutes. Yeah, start by parsing all of the shortcuts for both Windows and Mac OS from this landing page. Canva has a landing page with all the keyboard shortcuts. It's called canva.com/help/Canva keyboard shortcuts. This is your knowledge base. And it was successful in just going in there and fetching all of the keyboards. I didn't have to input them manually. So that's the beauty of it. On the card, the user sees the action, example, undo, and then the user needs to input the correct shortcut on their keyboard. So in this case, Command plus Z on a Mac. So that was basically the first thing. I have version 1, looks like this, and I could click here and do undo, so that's Command Z. Okay, Command Z. And then I could go next card and then continue like so. So I had a few different things to say about this first version. I say, okay, make the following adjustments to the app. First, randomize the questions because it was following the order of the website. It seems like they are following the order. Second, allow the user to use the key enter to go to the next card instead of clicking next card. And so it did that, give me version 2. and so forth. So, I continued, the command key doesn't seem to be working, fix that. So you will run into problems. Then it started changing the input, this all the way to version 12, which is the most accomplished version where I corrected different things. You see, and I have my progress. Instead of accuracy, I have the number of correct answers, and I have a streak. So a streak, like how many good answers did you give in a row? Yeah, all of that. Pretty cool. You also can now have data linked to your Canva sheet. No, linked in a Canva sheet, linked to your app. So if I click here, the Canva shortcut flashcard, you will see that I have all of this data that has been collected right here. So this is, in a nutshell, the other app that I have built. I wish I had more time to show you more of the behind the scene, but it's already 6 p.m. So let's see if we have any final questions. Let me get back here. I'm gonna move forward a little bit. Yes, this is the link for you guys to download the workbook. So go ahead and scan the QR code if you don't yet have it. All right, so Lala Peluso, is your Barcelona app private? I don't know, actually, if it's private. I think you could use it. It's nothing personal, but it's in the Canva master course. That's for sure. That's one of the lectures we developed together. So you could find it there. We can build a financial monthly tracker, a budget planner. Sandra, yeah, absolutely, Sandra. I think that shouldn't be too difficult to build a dashboard, and then you would work with a Canva sheet to input your monthly expenses and income and all of that, and it should give you a proper dashboard. I don't think that should be too complicated. Agun is telling me, I see now it's basically HTML, CSS, and JS. Okay, this is a cool deal. Yep, if you say so, I will trust you. Jackie, do users of the app or website require a Canva login? No, they don't. So once you have that website, I showed you I exported my copy to clipboard as a website. Once you have that website, you can share the link. They don't need to log into anything. They can just visit the website and start using the app you have created. I'm a huge fan of the content of all of your channel. Oh, thank you, Jackie. Thank you for all that you share. You are absolutely welcome. Penny, I want to build an app that will scan items. Will it do that? Scan items, I'm not sure, because this, you need kind of like a scanner. I don't know if you plan on scanning with your phone, or I'm not sure about this one. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say like this with just this question, but I would need more detail to give you a proper answer. Love building, refining the prompt in ChatGPT first. Yes, this is a very important step to this process. I'm glad that the presentation was helpful. And Fatima, can we publish the app on other platforms as well? For example, WordPress. There must be a way, because you can copy the code. So if you can figure out what to do with this code, you can probably create widgets that should be usable on other websites. All right. If we create something like your first app, but instead of links, can we add PPT or documents to be downloaded? I think you can. The issue might be the storage and where do you actually host these files. I have experimented with hosting files on Dropbox and then linking that to the apps I was building, namely to get GIFs to display. For example, in my Canva keyboard shortcut game, I wanted a specific GIF to show up if the user gave like a 5 good answer in a row, like a streak. And then you see a crazy GIF. And I did manage to make it work, but I had to first download that GIF, upload it to Dropbox, paste that URL into the app and say, when a user gives 5 good answers in a row, trigger that GIF or show that GIF. And it did. So this led me to believe we can host files on external storage platforms like Dropbox, Google Drive, whatever, as long as you get a link this should work. Yeah, can you build a way to collect payments? Okay, that's a good one. I don't know. I don't think we can do that so far, but you could definitely have a button that links to your PayPal, for example, or your Stripe. But I don't think it will be natively built in. All right. Thank you, Team Rondy. You guys always do excellent job. Blessings. Thank you, Shireen. Appreciate that. Really. You got yourself a new subscriber. Well, welcome, Agun. You are definitely welcome here, and go and explore what we have on the channel. Over 1,000 videos already. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up the session here. Thank you, all of you, for being here. We are still 72 people watching. We went through the questions. Don't forget to visit this URL, canva.com/launches. You will see all of the new launch from the Canva World Tour event. We also have them covered on this channel. We have a playlist. It's linked in the workbook, so you can find it there. And that's all for me for today. Thank you for being here with us, learning with us. I really appreciate you guys. This was an amazing session. I'm really happy about it. I hope you got a lot of it out of it, and that you will build amazing apps. Let us know in the comments what you've built, and yeah, if you want us to try it, leave the link so we can try it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.